Hi, Amy of Fashion Toppings here, and I'm gonna do a quick t-shirt refashion. It is so hot here. I took my extensions out just because it was so hot and I was working out in the yard. And I tried to find a tank top to wear, and I couldn't find one that I haven't already ruined from all the construction that we've been doing. So I have this shirt, and I got it at like a craft show, so I didn't get to try it on, but I thought it was so cute because of the back. Isn't that adorable? And so I didn't try it on. But I don't wear this shirt because I feel claustrophobic. Look at how high up on my neck it is. I mean, usually t-shirts are like about there. This is like claustrophobic. I'm constantly doing this when I'm wearing it because it touches every side of my neck. So I decided I'm gonna make this into a tank top. And it is, I mean, it fits, I don't need to make it any smaller, but I wanna make this into a tank top. And what I'm thinking is, I want to make it, I'm making this up as I go, like a halter top, where I have to put a string through it. And the string will go around through the back. And then, cause I think tank tops that come like this type of sleeve are much more flattering if your arms aren't in shape than tank tops that just do this, where then you see just your arms. So I want to have the neckline this direction, just because I think it's more flattering if you're like me and you don't work out and your arms are kind of flabby. So let's go ahead and get started. I want to see this is how high up I want to have my neck, the actual shirt where I have my the tie that's going to go through it. I'm thinking I'm going to want it right about here to there. Okay, so I'm going to make a little line. Make a little chalk mark so I know about how high I want it. And then when I cut it, I'm gonna be cutting higher because I'm gonna make a channel. Okay, and I will fit the arms after I try it back on. Okay, so at least I know how to cut it. And the back, I'm gonna be cutting it just above the picture because I don't wanna ruin that picture. I think that is so cute. Okay, so I'm gonna take this off and I'm just gonna start cutting away. Here we go. Okay, so this is the dot right here. That is the height of which I wanted my neckline. This is what I'm gonna be cutting off. So there's the dot that I made when I was wearing the shirt. I drew a line, let's see how long my line is. 10 inches. 10 inches from point to point. That is gonna be the area where I have a casing for my strap. And the reason I did it 10 inches is only so that I could miss this pocket, because I don't wanna sew over the pocket. And so I made it long enough so I'm able to go across and not sew through my pocket, because the pocket's cute. It might get distorted a little bit when I do the halter top, but we'll see. Then I'm taking one of these rulers, you know, where you use for your hips and your arm seams, if you don't, or your armhole, you know, doing patterns. If you don't have one of these, just eyeball it. But what I did is I just took my end point of my line and connected it, I don't know if you can see because this ruler's see-through, and connected it to my armpit. And I just drew a line, so it's a nice curve. Like I said, if you don't have one of these, it's okay to eyeball it because it doesn't have to be perfect, because you're gonna be, this is all gonna get scrunched up when you put your string through to make it a halter top. And I did the same thing over here. At the end of my line, I just copied a curve to the armpit. And then I can start cutting. Now I'm doing the front and the back separate because the back, I want to be able to, I always keep my collars. I save my collars for other projects, so I'm gonna cut an inch away so that I have a seam allowance for a different project. That's just me though. Okay, so I'm just cutting the front right now because I have that logo on the back. I don't want to, made a mistake already. I was talking and I wasn't paying attention. I need to go 1 inch above. I need to cut to make my channel. I need to be at least 1 inch above to make my channel. So I gotta draw my channel and then my seam allowance. Okay. And okay, I'm gonna cut out my front of my shirt. front. Okay, so now this will be the front of my shirt. And don't cut there. I was talking but not paying attention. Forgot I didn't have my seam allowance, so that is a mistake. That will cut there, but I'm not worried about that. Okay, now I'm gonna flip the shirt over and do similar to the back. Okay, now that I flipped it over, you can see why I don't want to lose the logo. It's so cute, it's an ice cream truck. So I made a little dot or a little line. This is where my neckline is gonna be because I don't want to cut into this logo. And then I'll be measuring 1 inch up to make my casing. But I need to draw a line now so I know where to cut. And I am going to make the back part of this the same distance as this logo so I don't lose any of this logo. So I'm gonna draw a line, and I'm using fat chalk, so it's nice if I had that you'd be able to see. Hopefully you can see it. Okay, so hopefully you can see that line above my logo. Okay, I'm gonna connect it to my armpit, right from the edge of the logo. Like I said, this shirt, I mean, we're just cutting the shirt. It doesn't have to be exact. Okay. Okay, around to the armpit. There we go. Now hopefully you can see my pencil line. It goes from here straight across and back down. Now I need to cut that out. 1 inch above for room for the casing and room for seam allowance. So just eyeball it. Okay, on to the next step. Okay, now I turn my shirt inside out and I need to hem the armholes. And I'll be able to make adjustments after I hem if the armholes don't fit quite right. And cut out some of those excess fabric. So I'm going to now hem my armpits first because I can't do my casing first because then I have this, I'll end up closing the casing if I accidentally. So I have to hem the armpit first. And I'm just gonna do a quick double rolled hem and then pin it. Now something like this I wouldn't even need to pin. I would just do it as I go. Because it's a t-shirt tank, it's not expected to be perfect. Okay, so I'm just doing a double rolled hem all the way around the arms, and then we'll take it to the sewing machine. Wrap. Okay, so I did to the back side. Now I'm gonna turn around and do it to the front side, the same exact thing. And then we'll take it to the sewing machine and we'll do a straight stitch all the way along our pin line. So even on the front side, we're looking at the wrong side of the fabric. Roll once, roll twice, and see, I can see my line. My line that I drew should be right on the edge. Okay, so I'm gonna do that all the way around. Take the sewing machine, do a straight stitch all the way around here, and do the same here, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I did my armholes. They're all hemmed all the way from front to back, one straight line, front to back. Now, I have my shirt still inside out. And this is the back of the shirt. As you can see, there's that pretty logo. I need to make a channel at the top of the shirt. Let me scoot this down so you can see it. So what I did is I already pinned it. I just took, do that again. I just took at the top of the shirt. There's the logo on the inside. And this is the top of the neckline. I'm just folding it down 1 inch. I'm just eyeballing it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to hem because I'm using a t-shirt material. It will roll, but it won't fray. So if the curling up on the edges bothers you, you can hem it, but that doesn't bother me. I just need a tank top to wear outside because I am dying of heat. And so I thought I'd run in and make this real quick and figured I'd videotape at the same time. So I just made a little channel, and you know how to do the channels, that you leave the ends open. I'm gonna sew one straight line right along the pin line with a straight stitch. You can use zigzag, you can use straight stitch. It's not gonna be, you're not gonna be stretching it, so you don't have to worry about it. So I'm just gonna do a straight stitch, and we'll be leaving the ends will be open for us to put our string through. So I'm gonna do a casing on the front, or on the back. I'm gonna flip it over. And then here's the front, because there's my pocket right there. I'm gonna do the same thing to the front. I'm gonna fold it over. I kind of mended my little mistake from earlier just a little bit. Fold it over, you can eyeball it however far you want. I'm doing an inch. And you know how far to fold over because you already made your chalk line. So when you fold it over, your chalk line should be at the top. Okay, so I've got it pinned. Now I'm gonna take it to the sewing machine, one straight stitch across that pin line, on the back, one straight stitch across that pin line, and my channels are done, and then we'll be making the rope to go through our neckline. I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have my little channels sewn in the front, and then also on the back of my shirt, not hitting the logo. Now I'm gonna insert some rope through it, or you can use ribbon, whatever you want. I need to put a safety pin on it, otherwise it's too hard to push through. Put a safety pin in the end. I'm gonna feed it through there. If I had matching ribbon, I would use ribbon, but I don't have any matching ribbon, and the other ribbon that I have hasn't been washed, and I don't want the colors to come out if it does wash. So I'm gonna use this rope for now. You just feed it through. Okay, now that you fed it through the back neckline, now keep going around and feed it through that little channel on your neckline on the front. So simple. So as you can see, now you have your blouse. You have armholes there, and we'll tie the string on the shoulder off to the side. Let me try it on real quick and I'll show you how it works. Okay, so this cute. I'm definitely wearing this today because I'm heading out into the yard to get some work done. So I fed it through, and I'm gonna tie a little bow. Now if you don't wanna do a bow, you can, like whatever you make for your drawstring, whether you use just a strip of this fabric from the shirt or a ribbon, you can just sew the two ends on top of each other, overlap them, just like you would do elastic, and sew them together, and then slide it so that sewed part is inside a channel and you won't see it. But I'm doing a bow. And oh, I love how this turned out. See, now I had the shirt was so tight around my neck, and I never wore it, and I love the logo, I love the color. Now I have a tank top that I can wear all summer. Now I have 3 of these shirts. I think I'm gonna do the same thing to all 3 shirts, just because now, you know, I'm not gonna have t-shirt tan marks. I don't feel claustrophobic, and this is so nice and springy. So here we go. This is just a quick refashion, and this is Amy with Fashion Toppings. Until next time, you have a great day.